Hi guys. This time I'm just going to talk a bit about what's going on here in Australia at the moment. Not only in Australia, I would say, it's going a bit about around internationally now. As you all were aware that the Indian Prime Minister, Mr. PM Narendra Modi, has been here. He has done something, some sort of signatures. He has done some visits and meetings with the Prime Minister or the President here in Australia, and he had some, he had said some sort of, uh, students migration process. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure about that. The intention, what I could understand from the media reports, was that he was about to bring more people, students to Australia. The priority was being a bit softened because the last year, 2 years, I think, the priority was a bit hardened, and students could not come to Australia as it was like before. I can see that some people, some, very sad to say, some white people, some very few, are raising a bit of campaign against that thing, and they are trying to make a bit of hatred towards the Indian community, particularly. 100% is sure that this is a campaign which is going on by, it's a political type of campaign, and the innocent people who really have their opinions, they are not at all realizing that this is a campaign against PM Narendra Modi. But the bad thing is that, see, I'm an Indian origin. I've been resided in many countries because with my what I say, that with my expertise in where I am, I've been in many countries, and I've been in Australia from the. I've been an Australian. I'm a citizen of Australian, from the last 20 years or so, and that I can see that these people who are spreading the hatred and particularly targeting the Indian community here, they are bringing out some. I mean, a very few where you can find the Indians driving badly, Indians doing this and that and things like that. And I can see that hundreds of people who are white people, they're coming and saying, giving a much, how can I say, they're giving a bit of support to this white man, and I'm not mentioning his name, and I can see thousands of other people, migrants, coming there and saying, hey, this is a country which belonged to the indigenous people here. They were the First Nations here, people here, and people came here as refugees, criminals who were brought in by the British people. Likewise, they were being, like shattered to all of the various countries of the world when they were ruling every countries, like they were once called as the nation where there are no sunsets. So people here from the last 150, 200 years came here. They did very bad things to the indigenous community here, and they came as migrants or refugees or all those are kind of people. Now, the real expertise people here are on a correct visa with all kind of test passed and getting all these registrations, licenses. I'm not talking about 100 years or 150 years before, or even 50 years before. There was no licensing program here, no registration authorities here. I'm talking about now. People from various parts of the world are coming here with expertise. They've passed the Australian standards, the regulatory board examinations, the English examinations, everything. They're coming here. They obviously bring their expertise here, giving it to the Australian community. And, obviously there would be changes. There would be hundreds of benefits. Maybe 10, you know, not benefits to the other people in the society. But think about what me as an Indian origin, or anyone who from any other countries came here, we have given a lot to this country. Obviously, we are getting salary from this country, but we are getting a lot to this country. And I have seen that this particular man who is spreading hatred, he said that Indians are spending these many millions to India. See how many billions we spent here. See, I was a registered, I was a really expertise here in my country, and I was working, but I spent, like, at that time, 20 years back, I spent like $20,000 here to get the registration and all to settle here. I'm paying tax like anything. 32% tax to this country, what I'm earning, my wife earning. And then when I buy anything, I'm again paying taxes and everything, you know. So it's not about Indians. It's not about any other country people. It's not about immigrants. It is about people who are spreading the hatred to the community. Please do not do that. I know your channel, your YouTube channel is getting uh, money and you're getting money from that, but this is not fair. This is not supposed to happen. Stop this spreading hatred towards the community. We all are humans, not Indians, not Australians, not Americans, not Egyptians, nothing. We all are humans. That's come first. Please try to understand that and stop this hatred and this campaign. If you have anything to do with Prime Minister PM Narendra Modi, if someone has given you any quotation to do these kind of things, please do not do. And I urge the Australian community, all the Indian community, all the state communities, Malayalam, Kerala, Tamil, Hindi, whatever, Gujarati, Bengali, whatever, to come forward and act against this. I'm urging Australian government to act on these kind of people who are spreading hatred. It's not against the community, I'm saying it again. It's not against a country. It's against the human population. It's against the humanity. So stop this. Let us all work together. I am an Australian now from the last 20 years and I'm proud of it. You, the man who's spreading hatred, you are an Australian. Your parents could be Australians, but your grandparents, no. So think about it. Stop spreading inhuman hatreds. Thank you so much.